Hello everyone! This video is created as an additional source of information along with our school's website for those who are interested in the IB Diploma program. And in this video, I'll give you an overview of the DP in general and will also provide you with some information of how it is organized in our school. I realized that the audience of this video might be, I guess, quite diverse in their background. For some of you, the information I'm going to present in this video will be completely new, while some might be quite familiar with the question, at least partially. But still, I hope that this video will be useful for each category. Some will get an idea of what the DP is, and those familiar with the question will have an opportunity to consolidate their understanding. Let me begin with that the IB is an international organization that works with schools throughout the world, and it authorizes schools so that they could implement and maintain various quite specific and profound and interesting educational programs at different levels of school education. For example, they offer a program for primary school called PYP or Primary Years Program, or they offer a program for middle school known as MYP or Middle Years Program, and they also offer programs for high school, DP Diploma Program or CP Career Related Program. Any school can choose which program to have, which program to implement, and in some cases it even can be combinations of programs. So the diploma program, the abbreviation DP is commonly used, is one of the educational programs offered by the IB and is designed for high school. Let me say at this point that the word baccalaureate can be confusing sometimes, because it generally, in most cases, it relates to post-school education, like universities. But in this particular case, this is just the proper name of the organization, and the IBDP, International Baccalaureate Diploma Program, relates to school education, relates to high school. Currently, there are more than 5,000 schools in more than 160 countries authorized by the IB organization, and they implement different programs. We, as a school, were authorized by the IB in May 2021, and I must say that the authorization process was quite a long and challenging journey. It usually takes 3 or even more years to become an authorized school, and we got that. So we have a license or a certificate from the IB that allows us to offer and implement the diploma program. We started the program in September 2022. At this picture you can see how the IB schools are distributed on the globe, and we are among them. By the way, at the IB website they have a tool located just at the bottom of the page, right in the footer, that you can use to find any school, any IB school in any country. You only need to introduce a country program, say diploma program, maybe the language of instruction into the filter, and you will get schools you're looking for and their contacts. Adriatic College can also be found that way, and you will see it in the list. This is the official IB website. You may go there to explore it, to get information about the organization itself, as well as about the diploma program, how it is presented there at their website. Of course, all the IB programs are united by the shared mission, by the shared educational philosophy vision, some common approaches used. I'm not going to focus on that in this video. This is a bit of another story. Rather, I would like to focus on what makes the diploma program, the DP, special. This is a 2-year program for high school students, and the recommended age for starting the program is 16-19 years old. Students choose subjects for studies from the list of available subjects. In each subject, the syllabus, the content is prescribed, and we as teachers, as coordinators, we get so-called subject guides that prescribe the content, prescribe what content should be covered, what accents should be made, what approaches should be used. It's the same in all schools, regardless the country. The fact that the subject content is prescribed allows students to take the universal exams. By universal, I mean that they are the same for all students and for all schools. DP students take the exams in the end of the second year of the program. The students have the exams in the subjects they chose. And actually the whole May of the year 2 of the program is spent on exams. There is an examination session schedule which is the same for all schools that participate in this particular examination session. And apart from the exams, DP students carry out and submit various research works in chosen subjects. Or this can be creative works. It actually depends on the subjects. These works are also assessed, and in case the exams are passed successfully and the works required are completed and scored good enough, then a student is awarded with the diploma that is recognized by various universities worldwide. Each university that recognizes the DP determines the minimum score in the diploma which they consider enough for admission. The maximum score is 45. The calculations are quite simple. The maximum score in each subject is 7. Both the exams results and the research works assessment contribute to that. We have 6 subjects, which are students' choice out of the available subjects. 6 by 7 gives 42, plus 3 additional points can be added. This is for some extra work, I will later tell about that, which in total gives 45. And then there are some universities that say, okay, we accept students who have 38 and more points in their diploma. And others say, and we accept students who have 34 points in their diploma. Still, some say, we are happy with students who have 28 points in their diploma. But an important thing to understand is that the diploma itself is issued only if the total score in the diploma is not less than 24. It should be well noted that the score of 24 and higher is not the only condition for having the diploma. They have a list of so-called failure conditions. According to this list, the minimum of 24 points is the only of the requirements that should be met. Look at the list, it's quite extended and serious. On the other hand, this is the reason why this diploma is accepted and appreciated so widely by universities. They understand, they appreciate the complexity of the program, how rigorous the requirements are, and of course they are happy to have students who were able to meet these requirements. It can be inferred from all the above that studying the diploma program for 2 years does not guarantee getting the diploma itself. Yes, this is the case. That should be well noted. And there is the world statistic describing the proportion of those who failed to get the diploma. The proportion is not high though. On the other hand, this is a question of motivation, of hard work, of consistency, of time management, and those who understand this from the very beginning, they are always a success in getting the diploma anyway. Let's talk about how the DP is organized. The IB uses this circular representation of the program. Let me direct your attention to two circles indicated with the red arrows here at this slide, the second and the third one from the periphery. The more outer circle contains so-called subject groups. Subjects are united into groups, and these groups are numbered and have their names. Let me present the same information, the same circle actually, in a bit more convenient form. The subject group 1 is concerned with mother tongue. For the majority of schools, the language of instruction in the diploma program is English. All subjects are taught in English. By the way, there are schools in the world that have Spanish or French as the language of instruction. 3 languages only can be used for instruction: English, Spanish or French, and as a particular school can choose one of them before the moment of authorization. We use English. Despite this, the IB insists that mother tongues should be supported and should be developed. That's why within the group 1 you have no choice but learning literature. This will be world literature, or some schools also offer the course of language and literature in your mother tongue. If there is a group of students of the same mother tongue, then they can study together in face-to-face mode. A teacher is assigned. But this situation can be a bit more complicated and maybe less comfortable when the school cannot provide a student speaking a particular language with a corresponding teacher who would be the same language native speaker as the student. In this case, another strategy is applied. Such a student has to take so-called self-taught course in their mother tongue, with some supervision from the side of the school. The subject group 2 is about studying second languages. By the way, they usually avoid calling them foreign languages. There is a list of available languages that can be chosen within this group. You will never find a school that would offer all the languages from that list, all the list. Schools usually offer some of the languages from that list, and what they offer depends on the school's resources, depends on the students' requests, that sort of thing. More often, popular languages and the languages of high demand like English, Spanish, German, French are available within the subject group 2. The subject group 3 is called Individuals and Societies. This is about social studies. Look at the list. It includes various subjects like psychology, economics, business and management, history, and etc. The subject group 4, this is about natural sciences, and it includes biology, physics, chemistry, what else? Computer science is also here in this group, despite the fact that it differs from the rest, but still, maybe this is because the subject was introduced later a bit than this subject group classification was established, and that was the most acceptable fit. Another interesting subject here is ESS, or Environmental Systems and Societies. Look, it covers both groups, the group 3 and group 4, and this is because it's more interdisciplinary than others. It's about interactions between nature and society, their interrelatedness and interdependence, how one influences the other and vice versa. It contains ecology, and it's natural science based, but at the same time it's quite philosophical and requires developing and justifying a position in relation to various environmental and social global issue, and quite an interesting subject. The group 5 is mathematics. Again, like in case of the group 1, you have no choice here, because the math is a compulsory subject in the diploma program, and sometimes people ask, you say students can choose subjects they want to study in the diploma program, so can we go without math then? No, unfortunately you cannot. You are to take one subject from each subject group, including the subject group 5, which is math. There are slightly different courses of mathematics in the diploma program, which are called analysis and approaches and application and interpretations. But this is still math courses. The group 6 is arts, and this is a diverse group that includes visual arts, music, drama, theatre, film, and etc. So the list of subjects that are supported by the IB and theoretically can be offered by schools are quite wide, are quite diverse, but in practice, of course, no school can offer all of them. The larger the school is, the more subjects it can provide, it can offer. This is a question of resources. In Adriatic College, we started the program recently, and we as a school offer or plan to offer the following subjects. In the group 1, this is Russian A in place at the moment, and as I said earlier, other mother tongues can be supported too, and the school will make efforts to support other mother tongues if there is a need, if there are students speaking other languages. Whether it will be another face-to-face language group or it will be the self-taught course depends on the language itself, depends on the amount of students speaking this particular language, depends on the school's resources, that sort of thing. In the group 2, we offer now English, Spanish and German. Probably we will be able to support Russian as a foreign language. Unfortunately, Serbian or Montenegrin is not in the list of available languages that can be studied within the group 2. In the group 3, currently we offer psychology and economics. And in the future, for the next cohort of students, we plan to extend the choice of subject within the group 3. We're not yet certain what the extension, what this extension will be, but still we plan to extend the range of subjects. Maybe it can be business and management or another subject. We don't know yet. ESS, environmental systems and societies, will be added possibly in the group for the group 3 and for the group 4. Regarding the group 4, we are proud by the fact that the list of subjects that we offer now is quite wide, and it includes biology, physics, chemistry and computer science. In the group 5, we offer the analysis and approaches math course. We plan to keep that. Regarding the group 6, at the moment, unfortunately, we don't offer any subject there. The group is an optional one. It's not compulsory for a school to organize and support this group of subjects, and it's not compulsory for students as well to choose a subject from this group. Yet next year we hope we will be able to include this group for students' choice. We hope that this will be visual art and film possibly. Let's return to the DP circular representation. We have just covered the circle containing the subject groups. The program implies that every student chooses one subject from each subject group, which makes 6 subjects in total, out of which 3 subjects should be chosen at standard level and 3 subjects should be studied at high level. The arts group subjects are not compulsory, and instead of an art subject, students can choose any other subject from any other subject group. Some students choose an additional subject. They have 7 subjects in total, and sometimes this is because they just feel like choosing an additional subject because they like it, because they are ready to work additionally, and in some cases this is just because the requirements from a university. When students have 7 subjects, they are to take 7 exams, and a higher score out of 2 subjects from the same subject group will be used to determine the total grade in their diploma. How to make a choice of subjects? Which subjects to choose on what ground? Firstly, of course, the choice should be guided by your interests, by your planned future educational track and professional area, by universities you are going to apply to. Ideally, by the moment of making choice of the diploma subjects, you should explore what universities, what departments, what programs would agree with your plans the most and would work fine for you, and what requirements they have with regard to the diploma program. Maybe some university programs will ask you to have this particular subject at high level or that particular subject at high level. More often there are no specific requirements, but in some cases there can be some specifics. For example, some engineer programs may require math at higher level, and this should be math analysis and approaches, but not math application and interpretation. Or for future medical students, it's required to have both biology and chemistry, which are subjects from the same subject group, which sometimes implies choosing an additional 7th subject or swapping an art subject for the 2nd subject from the group 4. So there can be nuances, can be specifics about the DP subject choice, and you should think ahead about them. Now let me direct your attention to another circle at this visual representation, an inner one from the subject group circle, and you see it contains theory of knowledge, extended essay, and creativity activity service. What is it? Extended essay is another extended research work that should be completed above other research works done within subject groups. Theory of knowledge is an interdisciplinary course, a compulsory one. It should be covered too, apart from the 6 compulsory chosen subjects. And creativity activity service is an extracurricular program which is compulsory and goes above subjects. If you ask me to define theory of knowledge, TOK, and briefly describe what it's like, I would mention the following things. This is a critical thinking course. This is a philosophy for everyone course, so to speak, as opposed to some philosophy courses that are more about history of philosophy. This course encourages you to become a philosopher yourself. It aims at revealing a philosopher inside every person, inside every student. And this course connects subjects, connects disciplines, and creates a more holistic overview, a more holistic picture of the world. How is it achieved? It's achieved by consistent addressing the questions like, how do we know that? To what extent can we be certain in this particular knowledge? All in all, this course invites students to think about how justified all our knowledge claims are. From some knowledge claims that, subject-specific knowledge claims that can be found in your textbooks, to the knowledge claims that you and the people around you state every day. By knowledge claim, I mean a sentence like, I know that, or we know that, and then a statement follows. And this course develops a skill of evaluating how justified every particular claim is. Where do these justifications come from? And how certain and reliable are they? Consistently, this course explores the evolution and the origin of the knowledge of humankind, compares and contrasts methods used in different disciplines to get knowledge. And also the course fosters the skill of looking for and evaluating different perspectives, different points of view, arguments, and also the skill of recognizing a cognitive fallacy or bias. The diploma program teachers are required to make references to the TOK course, to link each subject's content to TOK course and to knowledge questions. Of course, good teachers always do it anyway, but in case of diploma program, this is a kind of explicit requirement. The course is a unique one, very special, and I would say that it's exciting and sometimes eyes-opening. There is no TOK exam in the end of the course. Rather, students are to write an essay by the end of the course as their final assessment task. And at this slide, I can give you some examples of the essay's titles. Look, for example, to what extent is truth different in math, the arts, and ethics? Or, we see and understand things not as they are, but as we are. Discuss the claim. Doubt is the key to knowledge. To what extent is this true? So have a look and get an idea of what kind of an essay is expected by the end of the course. Look at the circle again. There is an extracurricular program mentioned there known as CAS. This is the abbreviation, as I said before, as I said earlier. It stands for creativity, C, activity, A, that is physical activity, and service, S, meaning different kinds of society service, that is involvement into charity, volunteering, and that sort of thing. And apart from subjects organized as daily classes, each student should meet the requirements of CAS program, which means that a certain amount of work should be done within each direction: creativity, activity, and service. Previously, the amount of work was specified by the amount of hours that had to be dedicated to each direction, but then they stopped using this timing requirement, which is good. Students are free with choosing what their CAS work should be. They are not pressed by any prescriptions or any limitations. It can be absolutely various experience. It can be done within the school or outside the school. Say, if you attend a basketball section somewhere regularly, it counts too. It might be individual work or it can be group work. It can be a single event or a series of events or a project, something that is planned, carried out and evaluated as a social project. Students can adopt various roles. They can be just participants in some cases, and alternatively they can be organizers and inspiration of certain things. Meanwhile, students make their portfolio, which serves as evidence of the completion of the program. And note that on this failure conditions list, there is a line about the requirement to complete the CAS program. And this line even precedes the line about the minimum of 24 points, which means that even if you have the highest score of 45, but you failed to complete CAS program, you cannot get the diploma. This shows that the IB considers it very important for students to participate in extracurricular things, to care about society and the world around you, in practical terms, to be balanced, that is not only academically strong. But this is time, of course, this is time consuming, this is demanding, and that's why it's important to plan carefully, to manage time. Of course, students are not alone on this route, and the school assigns so-called CAS coordinator who helps, who advises and guides students through the CAS program and its requirements. So let me summarize one more time what the Adriatic College School offers within the diploma program. So in Group 1, we offer literature studied in mother tongue. In Group 2, we have English, Spanish, German, Russian as a foreign language can be also available. In Group 3 subjects, we have currently psychology, economics, and we plan to extend this subject group, this choice within this subject group. In the Group 4, we have a wide choice here, and we are going to keep that. For the Group 5 subject, we offer the Math Analysis and Approaches course, and we hope very much that we will be able to organize the Group 6 subjects. And apart from that, of course, we offer TUK course and the CAS program as compulsory things within the diploma program. All these subjects in any DP school imply very deep and academically strong syllabi. Apart from that, these syllabi, they are regularly updated and modified to improve, to become up to date. And such a revision takes place every 6 or 7 years in each subject. And they are supported by textbooks and various materials specifically created in accordance with the DP requirements. Famous publishing houses like Oxford, like Cambridge and many others, they issue DP textbooks and materials and update them accordingly. And we, as a DP school, buy these textbooks and materials for using in teaching and learning process. And I must say that the textbooks are absolutely great. Texts and pictures are attracting and well thought and support the process very well. In our library we have these textbooks, and each student gets the textbooks they need depending on the subjects chosen. So that's it, a primary overview of the diploma program. I hope that this video was helpful and useful. Please direct your further questions to this email address or through the Telegram Messenger. Visit our school's website, and we also have an information chat on the DP admission where we will provide you with some further information. Thank you so much for your attention.